These 7 prophets reshaped kingdoms, confronted kings, and spoke the heartbeat of heaven. Today we uncover the 7 forgotten prophets who changed the Bible forever. 1. Prophet Nathan, the prophet who confronted kings. In the golden courts of King David stood a man unafraid to speak the truth, Nathan, the prophet of conviction. When David sinned with Bathsheba and tried to hide his guilt, Nathan stood before the mighty king and declared, "You are the man." Through Nathan, God revealed that no crown can cover sin and no throne can silence the truth. He reminded David and every leader, since God's justice and mercy walk hand in hand. Lessons. Nathan's courage shows us that prophecy isn't about popularity. It's about purity, the strength to speak truth even to power. 2. Prophet Micaiah, the prophet who stood alone in the reign of wicked King Ahab. Hundreds of prophets bowed to lies, all except one. Micaiah, the prophet of truth, dared to speak against the crowd. When others promised victory, Micaiah saw destruction. He was imprisoned for his honesty, mocked for his message, but his words came true. Through Micaiah, God reminded Israel that truth doesn't need an audience. It just needs a voice. Lessons. Even if the whole world celebrates falsehood, stand with truth, for heaven always stands with you. 3. Prophetess Huldah, the prophetess who spoke to a nation. During the reign of young King Josiah, a lost book of God's law was found buried in dust. Priests and leaders sought a word from heaven, and they went, not to a man, but to a woman. Huldah, the prophetess. She read the sacred scroll, and the Spirit of God burned within her. Her words of warning and mercy sparked one of Israel's greatest revivals. Through her, an entire nation turned its heart back to God. Lessons. Huldah's voice reminds us that God's Spirit moves beyond titles and gender. He speaks through the willing, the faithful, and the obedient. 4. Prophet Ahijah, the prophet who divided a kingdom. Once a prophet named Ahijah met a man on a lonely road, Jeroboam, a servant of Solomon. Ahijah tore his cloak into 12 pieces, giving 10 to Jeroboam. It was a divine sign. The kingdom of Israel would be split in 2. His act fulfilled God's judgment on Solomon's disobedience and reshaped the map of Israel forever. Lessons. Ahijah's torn garment reminds us that when nations ignore God's commands, even kingdoms can be torn apart. But even in division, God's plan moves forward. 5. Prophet Shemaiah, the prophet who stopped a war after the kingdom divided. War was on the horizon. Rehoboam gathered his army to fight his brothers in Israel, until a prophet named Shemaiah delivered one divine message. Do not fight against your brothers, for this thing is from me.